Hey folks, how's it going though? I got Friday, it's 9 April. I got about, I don't know, 8 o'clock mountain time because I'm up in Ogden, Utah visiting the kids. So I'll be on the way to pick them up. So I want to just talk a little bit about Life's No Joke. This is part two. Um, as you see, we've had more celebrity deaths. Prince Marky D and then DMX. But for DMX or whatever is probably the most, is a very high profile death because, his character and records he sold. But a little bit about the Prince Marky D. Actually, he died like a month ago. He was 52. And that's, fairly young because, man, that's kind of like my generation because, like, I'm 49 and I'll be 50 next month. And I can remember listening to those guys. I was like maybe 13 or 14 when they came out. And they made 5 records and so forth. So they were fairly young when they came out. So you had 3 of those. Buffy, I believe, died in the middle 90s. He was 28. And he had a weight problem. I think he was like 5'4", like 620 pounds. And then Prince Marky D passed away last month. Now, from what I understand, he had some heart problems and all that. Okay. So these deaths should be symbolic. So with the death of Prince Marky D, and they said he was a good dude. All right. Maybe it's a thing where we've gotten better at it, but we probably need to get better at it. Most men, especially men that look like me, okay, your melanated men, to get, your things like high blood pressure and all that checked. Get checked for things like sickle cell anemia. Those things sneak up on you, all right? So you may want to maintain a plant-based diet and fasting. And I made a lot of videos about that a while back ago on my The Remnant 1 channel. That's capital THEREMANT and then the letter 1. All one combined word, okay? And you could check those videos out. I made like 50. And I'm going to get back to doing those videos, okay? So, rest in peace there. And again, he was a pretty good guy, okay? I think it's Kool Rock Ski. He's the only remaining member of that group. Now, let me just get into DMX. All right, he passed away at 50 of a drug overdose. Okay, the official report is that he had I guess a dose of crack, OD'd off of it, and was sent to the hospital. This was a week ago, and was brain dead. Actually, it was a week ago from the day it was 11 o'clock at night. And this is what many of the mainstream media is not telling. This is what I believe that his representatives or whatever, like all of his entourages, are saying. Okay, they're saying this stuff. His lawyer is saying this stuff. I just made a commentary on DMX on Saturday because I know he's a beloved guy or whatever. I used to listen to his music. Seen the guy in person and all that. I seen him in concert twice back in the day. So yeah, but they say he was a good dude. I believe early in his career, he venerated some demons or whatever, okay, Molech and all that. And unfortunately, I'm thinking maybe, although he was a prayer warrior and he did maybe make some gestures in the name of the Most High, okay, that he had a habit that he could not kick. And from looking at many videos about this guy over the last week, that he tried to go to rehab, he was offered several opportunities, to stop doing what he was doing. And I guess, he couldn't stop doing that. But again, all in all, I've heard that, like, he was humble. He ain't like one of those guys or whatever, okay, that all high almighty. He could do a concert or then turn around and speak to people, all right? Or, the guy could be walking down the street, people would be talking to him, he'll talk back and all that, okay? the guy, maybe after you do a show or whatever, he'll sit down and at the bar or whatever, maybe smoke a cigarette. I can remember when I was in El Paso and they did a Def Jam tour. This was back in '98. The guy came to sit right back by me with some Newports. Okay, so I do know he smoked or whatever. Okay, he did go on record to say that he was a junkie since he was 14 years old. But I don't want to sit here and harp about that because we've all have transgressions. One thing I don't like, let me say this, okay? He ain't fake, and he ain't no coward like some of these people on like YouTube or whatever. Some of these commentators talking smack or whatever, okay? But one thing I like, man, I lost my train of thought of what I wanted to say. But he was just all around just like a good dude, okay? Well, okay, now what I wanted to say was you have everybody struggle with transgressions in one way, okay? You got some people maybe, struggle with the flesh. Probably most men do that. You got some people that are not good with their finances, shopaholics, okay? And that happens with a lot of women. People have problems with their diet, okay? That you get some of these people or these preachers to sit up here and preach about health and all that and sit up here and eat pork or whatever, okay? Some of you guys or whatever, you holy men or y'all conscious people, all right, that talk all about right and wrong, you guys get dragged out to these Red Lobster and all this different places by your liberal wives and all this, all right, eating all that shellfish and all that, oysters and bull crap, all right. Some of you got y'all preachers, okay. Some of these people on here, you could look at a video, a guy called Dawson and East. Some of them are immoral, all right. They're pedophiles. Some are do stuff like they in the swinging thing, and that's doing that swinging stuff. Okay, some of these people that go to a barbecue after they done preached at the sermon, they leave church. These holy people and go and eat about what 5 racks of ribs, okay, 4 barbecue sandwiches. They gone 3 pieces of catfish, 2 40s, and a whole blunt, okay, whole foot-long blunt or whatever, and eat all of it, all right, and be laid back, mud butt, okay, trying to talk about others, yeah, right, okay, we've all struggled in the flesh. Some of y'all act like, okay, you so-called men of God acting like y'all some monk or whatever, praying to the east for 24 hours in a day except when it's time to eat, okay, ain't no monks and no nuns around here, okay. Be human. How about you take your spouse out to a vacation or something, all right? Take the kids out fishing. That's what we did this weekend. All right? Maybe go to a basketball game, a football game, all right? That the Most High had made all these creations for a reason, all right? He made it to enjoy it. You are supposed to enjoy your fruits to a fault, because I'm going to tell you, when this life is over, it is over. All right? Some of you guys act like y'all ain't done nothing. And somebody can't even put out a video with somebody unless there's a video with some backlash. All right? I'm seeing these guys going through this all the time, okay? Other guys that I listen to. I mean, if you're wrong, you're wrong. But the person that they're talking about, that they're not talking about the individual or whatever that's talking, okay? Let's say me. I'm not talking about me or whatever. I'm talking about the person. Because in the end of the day, it's still their choice. Now, these things don't always end well, okay? In cases like with substance abuse or whatever transgression that you go through, some people are able to get the help and probably able to, to recover, quit doing it. Some people work deligately. Some people they may have to fall on their face. All right, for them to, to realize what they've done. And some people fall and they get their TV turned out. It is what it is. All right, but for the most part, he did make some songs. I mean, I do know a remark on one of his songs that says, the same place that I'm going to is the same place that I left when I was born. Something to that effect, okay, what DMX says. And he basically said that he was ready to meet the man. All right, so that's one of the things, I guess, with drugs. It's probably one of the things that probably he couldn't kick or whatever, and that was the way that they had to end. And maybe we should be able to use these deaths as some type of learning tool and making a platform or whatever for, most men, especially black men, or in the black community, to do things like, be better, okay, at health, okay, as far as paying attention to it, and for drugs, okay, for a lot of because you have other people in the industry or whatever, or in Hollywood or whatever, that are junkies as well. So, as well as your community just as a whole or whatever, okay? As a whole, we can do better. Instead of, worried about little piddly stuff like people with Darren Jackson or whatever, okay? That these guys or whatever, that some of these breakups or whatever, okay? And them guys could be somewhere in an underground home laughing about that anyway, Quavo and all that, all right? There's bigger fish to fry. So, again, there's a lot more things to talk about, and that's all I'm going to say for now. I'm getting ready to pick up my kids, and I don't want to hold you guys' attention span too long. Appreciate you listening. Feel free to subscribe, share, and leave your comments, and check out some other videos. Thanks for listening.